The Keeping Families Together Act is a drain on this budget. You may know, if you look a couple hundred pages into the budget, $42.9 million in excess lawsuits are budgeted to come out of DCYF coffers. Out of the amounts that we're going to appropriate here, $42.9 million in lawsuits related to dead children, dead and dying children. Some of those children are still alive, but some of those children were beat to death because of the imminent physical harm standards in this budget. They were beat to death by hammers. They were smothered by their parents. They found pills and swallowed pills and died.
I think that Washington State is so messed up in our priorities. If we're unwilling to spend the money necessary to take care of the most vulnerable of our population. I mean, if I could, I would take all of them. If CPS was overwhelmed with their caseload and they don't have enough staff to look into these incidents where there's open drug use, domestic violence, child abuse, neglect. It's incredibly irresponsible to not make this a top priority.
There was an incident in my district last year when we were in session, I believe it was in February, where they found a 7-month-old had died of starvation. Do you know how long it takes to starve to death? Social workers go to the doors of these homes, knock on the door. In this case, she wasn't there at all. Wasn't there at all. No peep out of the kids. When they got there, the 7 months dead of starvation, the 2-year-old had been eating his own feces. This has to stop. I'm not willing to accept a promise. We're not going to promise. Otherwise, 1 year from today, there's going to be another 100 babies dead.
You know, I was in foster care. And I will tell you that that is one of the areas that I may not be able to hold my composure. When I was 10, that's when my stepfather came into my life. And in 5th grade, I got my first black eye from him. And you know what the state did? They had him sign a piece of paper that he wouldn't hit me again. And they provided services to us. We got a lot of counseling. So we had a lady who would come out, and she'd counsel us. And I'd say, he's still hitting me. Till I get another black eye. And the kids at school will make fun of me and say, Michelle, you keep getting into fights. And yet, we got more services.
Little boy, 5 years old. He tested positive after he was born for substances, and he was put in the care of his aunt and uncle in foster care. But Madam Speaker, he was given back to the home where he had 2 active drug-abusing parents. And one day, Pierce County Sheriff was called, and he was dead in that home last March. I can't imagine the poor officers who have to deal with this on a day-to-day basis. I can't imagine any of it.
If there's still fentanyl in the home, it is a danger. And it's against the law. And we want to say provide a lockbox in that parent's home so that after they've abused their fentanyl, hopefully, just maybe, they will remember to lock the fentanyl up in a lockbox after they're done crapping their pants and overdosing and urinating on themselves and puking on the floor, where they then drop their fentanyl or their deadly drugs for their babies and toddlers to get into. This subject makes me want to crawl out of my own skin, Madam Speaker, and we don't have any more time. I predicted every single session since I've been here how many more babies and toddlers would die or nearly die. And when we Narcan a toddler in our streets, like I had to watch multiple times just this last summer on King 5, we don't even consider that a near fatality. Are you kidding me? That's nuts.